I spent my whole life planning my revenge on the doctor who took my father's life. Dr. Barron said it was routine, just a quick outpatient thing for my dad's knee, but something went wrong. He started having chest pains after the anesthesia, and by the time they called for help, it was too late. I was 17, and not stupid. I read the autopsy, found out he had a heart condition that should have ruled out general anesthesia altogether, and somehow Dr. Barron's had either missed it or ignored it. The hospital reviewed the case and found no wrongdoing, which was code for, he's an award-winning surgeon and we're not messing with that. My mom tried to sue, but everything got buried under inconclusive findings. So I waited. I finished high school, went to college for biomedical engineering like I planned, but I also picked up computer science, because revenge in the 21st century doesn't happen with a gun. It happens with a mouse and patience. Fast forward 6 years. I applied for a job at the hospital where Barron still worked, not in the OR, but in data systems. I got in, kept my head down, and eventually got access to internal software. Scheduling systems, patient databases, surgical risk algorithms. I didn't fake anything. I just rerouted a couple patient profiles so that Barron started getting flagged for riskier and riskier patients, cases he wasn't supposed to take. At first, he just thought he was unlucky. When a patient coded during surgery and barely made it, he blamed the nurses. Another one got a post-op infection and sued. Things spiraled. I made sure anonymous complaints went in about his declining performance and cross-referenced notes to make him look like he was covering up mistakes, but I didn't stop there. I found that he was quietly pocketing pharma incentives to prescribe certain brands, so I sent copies of the paperwork to a journalist under a burner account. A month later, a story broke. Internal review, external review, suspension, license under question. His whole career started unraveling. He went on some medical forum and wrote this long rant about how he was being sabotaged and everyone thought he was just paranoid. I wanted to feel satisfied, but honestly I didn't. Not until the last twist. I sent a final anonymous email, this time with proof of how he had overridden a pre-op flag the day of my dad's surgery, because he wanted to squeeze in another high-paying case before lunch. He'd rushed, he'd gambled, he'd lost, and so did I. The medical board launched a formal investigation. He's done now. Last I heard, he moved to another state trying to start over at a clinic. Meanwhile, I walk past the OR sometimes and people talk about how you have to be careful with risk flags now. Ever since that whole Barron's thing, they don't know it was me, but I do.